Hello guys, today I'm going to be working on a 2006 Chevy Impala. It has the 3.5 liter V6 engine. You guys can see it's a little bit there. Let me show you around a little bit. You guys can see what model it is. Here's the engine cover. I went ahead and took it off already. But we are going to be replacing the water pump. So let's go ahead and we're going to be replacing the water pump. Let's go ahead and get started on that.
Okay.
So
Let's get a little flashlight. You guys can see right there is the belt tensioner. So we're going to need to loosen that up or kind of pry it back a little bit so we can take off the belt. Let's go ahead and do that.
okay, so the first thing we're going to do is remove the reservoir. So you're going to need a 10 millimeter ratchet. Oops. Yeah, and to make sure you don't drop them because they'll be a little bit difficult to find. So actually, we don't even have to detach this, just kind of move it out of the way. So what we're going to need here is a ratchet. Let's go get that. Okay, so I'm going to get the little bolt that I dropped so I can see it. There we go. Okay, so to loosen up the belt tensioner, you're gonna need a 3/8 ratchet, and then there's like a little square on there on the tensioner itself where you can actually put the ratchet in. And I just gave myself a little extra leverage. So what you do is you just pull on it, basically like if you were trying to tighten it, and that should loosen up your belt enough for you to be able to remove it from some pulleys, and then go ahead and take it out, and your belt should be a piece of cake to just take out right now, or at least just move it off of your water pump, because that's what we're going to be working on actually. So all the other stuff really doesn't matter. You could leave it on there if it's easier for you. Okay, so let me show you the water pump. So you guys see this pulley right here with 4 10 millimeter bolts on it? That is the water pump pulley. So it's directly here, right underneath this first pulley, next to your radiator hoses. So that's it. So what you need to do is you need to take those off, all 4 of them, and then after that you take off the bolts off of the water pump itself. So in my case, I'm going to be using an air tool to take it off. So if you're going to be using hand tools, you might want to leave the belt on there before, so that way it kind of holds it in place a little bit better. But with the air tools, it's a little bit easier. Okay, let's go ahead and start remove this. One down, 3 to go, and I dropped it again. Okay, make sure you don't drop it. The magnet this time. Oh, it's not fully loose. That should be good. There we go. On to the next one. 2 down. 2 more to go. There we go. And last one. Okay, so with this last one, I'm just going to bring the pulley with me. Now to find the bolt that I dropped. I need to be a little bit more careful. Okay, I think I found it. I can see it from here. Sweet! Definitely a very useful item when you have a magnet. Okay, so the water pump, you guys can probably see the end of it right now. It has 4 bolts that are 13 millimeters each. So let's go ahead and take those off. Okay, so this is the new water pump. As you can see, it has 5 spots for the bolts, so there's 5 13 millimeter bolts. So brand new.
Let's go ahead and remove that one so we can install the new one. As you guys can see, the customer's right here trying to be nosy. I'm just kidding. Okay, now that we have all the bolts out, the water pump might be stuck on there still because of silicone and gaskets and whatever. So you just go ahead and smack it a little bit and it should pop right out. Let's go ahead and take it out. There's the old one. She was leaking through this little seal right here. See? It's busted. Right there, there's like a little hole where it starts leaking out.
I don't see it.
Oh, looks like it was the cause of having regular water in here. So you guys want to make sure you remember to put antifreeze in your car and make sure it's 50-50 so it keeps your car alive. Pump. I already put the gasket on there, put silicone on there, so we can go ahead and put it where it goes and then just bolt it up with your hands and then tighten it. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, let's go ahead and tighten it back up. Now that that's tightened, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a little hand tight. Sometimes that doesn't tighten it very well, so just check it again. Okay, so now that we have the pump on there nice and tight, let's go ahead and put the pulley back on. So let's strain out the bolts, the holes for the bolts. That way we can just actually get them in right at on the first try. So take a look at it. If not, you might have to mess around with it a little bit till you find where they go. Okay, after messing with it for a little bit, I got it to line up, and I have one bolt on there, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of them on there so we can tighten them up. Okay, now that that's on there properly, nice and tight, let's go ahead and put the belt back on. And you might have to think a little bit to remember how the belt went, or on your car there should be a spot that tells you how the belt goes. If not, go ahead and look it up online. I'm sure someone will have it on, but I'll just go ahead and do it then. Okay guys, so there is the diagram, and it gives you an idea of how it wraps around. You want to go ahead and pause the video. Here, go ahead and put your ratchet back on the belt tensioner. So I wrapped around the belt everywhere except on this idler pulley. So let's see how that works. There we go. Go ahead and recheck everything, make sure the belt is where it's supposed to be, because if not, there's a good chance you might rip it if you turn on the car with it in a wrong position. Okay, belt's on there. Let's just put this reservoir back where it goes. Good. Put its little bolts back on. Okay, now that after we put it basically all together, not just the engine, the little plastic engine cover, now what you want to do is you want to fill it up as much as you can. Just go ahead and fill it up. Okay, put that on there. So make sure you fill it up. You can fill it up with hose water for now, just in case if you see any leaks, or if you think there are more leaks, just that way so you don't waste antifreeze, because antifreeze can get pretty expensive. But make sure after you're done checking, you flush out the system and put some antifreeze in. Okay, so you want to put in some antifreeze and some distilled water. So in my case, I have some smart water. Okay, now when you have it filled up all the way, go ahead and press on this main hose right here. Get all the air bubbles out. Just all those little air bubbles is what causes the car to overheat. Even after you have fixed the water pump, you have to, what they call, purging the system. So basically purge the system, get rid of all the air in it, and have nothing but antifreeze or water or whatever you want to use. In the meanwhile, just make sure you don't have any more leaks. Turning on the car will also help with helping get out the air bubbles, so that way you work the water pump. Look at that, sucking up the water, helping us get rid of all the air bubbles. As you guys can see, the antifreeze that the car already had is mixing up with the water, causing it to change color. Okay guys, thank you for watching. The car was overheating in this case, so I figured out it was the water pump because it was leaking at the bottom, and it would go on the belt and wet everything around that area. In other cases it might be the fans, just the thermostat getting stuck, simple stuff. But this was the case here, and it's been on for several minutes now. Temperature's staying a little bit under half or around half, so that's good. As always, thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave a like, and if you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment.